Thank you for joining me. This is the grounding Vinyasa Flow. Let's start in Tadasana. I want you to stand with your feet together, slight slither of space between the heels, soften the knees, pull the core in, lift the shoulders up and down, lengthen through the spine, the crown of the head. Take a deep inhale, reach the arms up. Exhale, bring them down to prayer and just reach them by your sides in Tadasana. Palms are facing forward. From here, I want you to take a deep breath in, lift up through the arms, keep them to the sky. Take a deep inhale. Grab your left wrist with your right hand. As you inhale once again, inhale and lengthen through the arms. As you exhale, reach over to the right side. Inhale back to center. Grab the right arm with the left wrist. Inhale, lengthen, exhale, reach over to the left. And bring it back into the center. Exhale, forward fold. Arms to the floor. If for any reason the back doesn't feel straight to you, I want you to bend your knees here to find more straightness through the spine, rather than bending the spine and keeping the legs straight. Connect with the body, just release. Let the arms go and relax. From here, place the arms down in front of you, reach right leg back, left leg back into your plank. Core is in, knees come down to the floor. Find table position. You want to make sure that your shoulders are stacked over the wrists, wrists are shoulder distance apart. Stack the hips directly over the knees, knees are hip distance apart. Cat-cows. Inhale, as you inhale, extend through the front body, gaze comes to the sky, tailbone lifts. Exhale, round the spine, gaze comes to the navel, stretch across the top of the back, across the shoulders. Inhale once again, find your cow. And exhale. Okay. Find your neutral spine. Thread the needle here. Put the weight into your left palm. Pull the core in, stabilize through the knees and the left palm. And we're going to inhale, reaching our right arm to the sky, twisting through the spine. And as we exhale, reach around that right hand through the space you've created and thread the needle through the arm. Hold it here, take a deep breath in. Exhale, take it a little bit deeper, feel the stretch across the top of the back. And as you inhale, this time release the hand back up to the sky. And exhale it down, back in front of you. Opposite side, inhale, reach. Exhale through the space you've created. Take a deep breath in. Deep breath out. Deep breath in once again. Reach the arm all the way back up to the sky. And bring the hands down to the floor. Curl the toes under. Push yourself up into downward facing dog. Reach the seat back and then just slowly walk your feet in towards your hands in a forward fold. Inhale, reach up all the way into Tadasana. Because this is a grounding flow, I want to give you a few more asanas where you are more connected to the floor. So this time we're going to do Sun Salutation B because that involves a lunge, and this time we're going to have the variation of the knee down in the lunge. Inhale, reach up. Release the arms down. Inhale, chair. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Spine straight, gaze forward. Exhale, forward fold. Right leg back. Left leg back into plank. Exhale, Chaturanga Dandasana. Inhale, upward facing dog or cobra, whatever feels good in your body. Exhale, downward facing dog. Inhale, right leg comes forward. Find that lunge. Bring the left knee down, release the toes, and reach the arms up. Finding that depth, that stretch through the left hip flexor. Gaze is forward, shoulders are down and back, and release the arms back down. Take the right leg back, use plank, Chaturanga Dandasana. Inhale, upward dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. This time bring the left leg in front of the hands or just between them. Place the right knee down, uncurl the toes. Inhale, arms reach. Opening all the way up through the right hip flexor. Opening up through the chest. Shoulders are back and down. And release the arms all the way back down. Go back down into plank, Chaturanga Dandasana. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. And gently walk your feet towards your hands. Find that halfway lift. And release to the floor in a forward fold. Inhale, rise up into chair. And reach up into Tadasana. We're going to make our way down to the floor now. Now we've warmed up, we've grounded ourselves quite nicely. We're going to continue with our grounding moves. So I want you to come down onto the floor in whichever way suits and feels good to you. We're going to find Sukhasana, so an easy pose, an easy seated pose. Your legs may be crossed, you might have them in a slightly different position with your soles of your feet more towards you in lotus. Do what feels good in your body. So from here, just feel grounded and safe in your space. I want you to just wiggle side to side. The sits bones should feel equally balanced and rooted into the ground. Take a deep breath in, inhale. Lengthen through the spine, lengthen through the crown of the head, and exhale it out. Take another deep breath in, and exhale it out. From here we're going to go into a reclined position, into a reclined Baddha Konasana. So what I want you to do is just release your feet, bring the soles together, and I want you to listen and honour your body at this point because I don't want you to hurt yourself or do something you're uncomfortable with. You can always stay right here in Baddha Konasana if you don't want to be lying down in this position, and you can lift up through the spine or bring the body forward if that feels good to you. Otherwise, I want you to bring your knees into this position, soles are touching, and gently bring your palms back. And we're just going to get comfortable through our seat once again, and just gently bring yourself down onto your elbows, and when you're ready, just slide one arm down, slide the other arm down, and relax. So here I want you to feel grounded, especially through the hips, through this whole area. The spine should, for the majority, be touching the mat. I have natural curvature in the base of my spine, so I have a tiny little gap there. Because of that, I'm going to slightly tuck my tailbone just a tiny bit to find more connection, more grounding to the earth. And I just want you to wait here one moment and just let the hip flexors release. If this feels uncomfortable, you can always grab a block and put a block underneath each knee if that feels good to you, if they're not touching the floor. Mine certainly aren't. But I'm okay, the position is good and I can feel the stretch, which is fine in my body. From here, just relax. You can bring your arms to the sides in a low V, lift them up, take a deep breath in. And exhale. Take another deep breath in. And exhale. We're gently going to make our way up now. So I want you to come up the way that you went down. So you're going to gently roll a little bit to one side, put the elbow down, put the other elbow down, and gently walk your way up into a position that feels good and okay in your body. From here, we're just going to move the seat back a tiny little bit and take a couple of spinal twists. I'm going to bring my right knee up towards the body, pulling it in close, still keeping the spine straight, and I'm going to take my right foot over my left thigh. Inhale, lengthen. As you exhale, you can twist through the body and just bring your right palm to the floor. If you want to take the twist deeper, you can just release your left arm, bring the left elbow to the outside of the right knee, and twist deeper into this asana. Take your gaze over your right shoulder if it's available. Take a deep breath in, and as you do, you always lengthen on the in-breath. And you always twist or go deeper on the out-breath on the exhale. And as you inhale, release all the way back to the center. Let's switch sides. Right leg goes down, shake it out, bring the left knee into the chest, lift up straight through the spine. You can bring your left foot over the right thigh and take that twist here. Otherwise, to deepen it, right elbow outside of left leg, gaze comes over left shoulder. Inhale, lengthen. Try to keep the spine strong and as straight as possible. Exhale, twist that a little bit deeper. And release yourself back to the center. Grab your left leg, place it back over to the left. Release it down and just shake them out. So from here, we're going to move the legs around and go into downward facing dog. So you can release them to the back of you. Place your hands on the floor. Right leg back, left leg back. Tailbone lifts towards the sky. Again, if for any reason your back is very rounded in this position, feel free to bend the knees. The most important thing in this position is that the back is straight. It's not about reaching the heels down to the floor. That comes with time if the body is accepting of that. Otherwise, do what feels good in your body. Everybody is different and every day is different. Hang out here in downward dog. Exhale, bring your feet forward into forward fold. And as you inhale, up into Tadasana. Bring the palms to your heart, release them down to the sides. From here we're going to go into our peak pose, which is a grounding pose, which is Malasana. So we're going to take this firstly into Goddess. I'm going to turn a little bit more sideways so you can see me a bit better. So I want you to bring your feet a little bit wider than the hips. Feet are pointing outwards at about a 45-degree angle. Core is in, tailbone is slightly tucked, neutral to slightly tucked. Release the shoulders back and just gently slide yourself down into a Goddess pose. So from here, you can bring your arms up into a cactus, or you can bring them to prayer, whatever feels good. Find your Goddess, get comfortable right here, and from here we're going to go down into Malasana. Malasana is also known as a yogi squat. It is garland pose. So gently bring your feet in a little closer and bring your seat down. Now at this point, if this doesn't feel good, grab the block and you can use it as a little stool. So if you want to get yourself in that position and use that as the stool, you're still going to feel such a good opening through the hip flexors, through the groin area. So feel free to grab a block if that feels good to you. But from here, I want you to just find your squat. And I want you to be at ease with wherever you are in your body. Try and keep the spine straight. Try not to bend over and lift the tailbone. Try and bring the tailbone down towards the ground. Open up through the hip flexors. You can use the insides of your thighs and your elbows for leverage to open up a little bit more. Lengthen through the spine, through the crown of the head. And just rest in ease right here and just take a few deep breaths. Good. We're just going to come out of this for a second so you can release the arms and just gently pull yourself up into standing. We'll just shake the legs out for a second and we're going to go back down into Malasana another time because you've already done it once. You might find there's an extra bit of space there this time. Inhale, exhale, gently bring yourself down into your Malasana, into your yogi squat. And again, just find that space of comfort and ease in your body. Hold it here. And when you're ready, we're just going to release our arms and gently bring ourselves down onto the floor, which is always nice and easy. We're going to bring our legs wide. You're still going to feel that stretch through the groin area from your Malasana. So we're just going to allow that opening a tiny bit more. So place your fingers just in front of you. We've got a wide seated forward fold. Please honor your body at this point. My legs are here. Other legs might be wider than mine. Other legs might be closer in than mine. It doesn't matter, it's your body. So treat it with grace and honor it and do what feels good to you because everybody is different. Place your fingers just in front of you, tent them, and if you're ready, just gently walk them forward until you get to a point where you're okay to sit there and just allow that sensation, that feeling to sit with you for just a moment. If you can flex your feet. That'll allow everything to engage through the legs and allow the stretch to go that little bit deeper. It'll also keep the positioning of the legs as well. Pull the core in if possible. Lengthen through the spine, the crown of the head. And if you can't come down to your elbows, feel free to sit up right here. It isn't a requirement to come down here. Everything comes with time, with practice. It doesn't have to happen all straight away. It's nice to see the progression. It means that you're moving forward. So just enjoy the moment and the place you're in right now. Take a deep breath in. And if you're ready, Just release the hands back up, and we're going to come into Dandasana. So that is our seated pose, our staff pose, where the legs are straight, feet are flexed, and the core is upright. You're at a 90-degree angle. I want you to lengthen through the legs, flex through the feet, pull the core in and lengthen through the spine. Place the hands just to the sides of you. Many of these poses are really grounding. They're connected beautifully to the earth. Allow us to feel the stability, the sensation of being safe and connected. So I want you to just hold here, pull the core in, lengthen through the legs, flex the feet, and take a deep breath in. And exhale. Moving into boat pose, I want you to bend both of your knees and bring the feet flat to the floor in front of you. I want you to grab behind your thighs. I'm just going to gently lift through the spine and release it back slightly. We're still keeping the angle, the straight line. I don't want you to kind of round like this. Try and keep the spine as straight as possible and connected. From here, you can keep your boat in exactly this position. I'm going to offer you a few other options if you want to take the pose and the asana just a tiny bit deeper. You can bring your toes to their tippies and lean back just a slight bit more, creating this V shape within the body. If you want to take it up one notch again, you can release your feet to the sky, bringing them flat, still creating that V and holding on. At this point, you can now release the hands. So you can stay right here in boat pose, otherwise lengthen the legs, release the arms to the sides, hold it here, deep breath in, spine straight, open the chest and the heart, try not to let the upper body collapse. Take a deep breath in, and exhale, release the legs down to the floor, raise the feet and sit back upright in Dandasana. Going into a forward fold right here as we get towards the end of our flow. As you lift up through the spine once again and engage the legs and the toes, I want you to gently grab to the sides of the legs. Again, find what works in your body. Everybody's different, so please listen to it. Lengthen through the spine and then bring yourself forward. Try not to round. If you start to feel that you're rounding, stop. If you're up here, that is absolutely fine, great. If you're down here and even further than I am, wonderful. Do what feels good to you. Holding it here, take a deep breath in. Lengthen through the spine, core is in. And when you're ready, release it back up to sitting. Move the seat forward just a tiny bit, grab behind the thighs, roll yourself down vertebrae by vertebrae. Once you're in a comfortable position on your back, bring your right knee in towards your chest, left leg lengthens, left foot flexes. Find a stretch all the way through the hip flexor, the left groin area. From here, take a deep breath in, pull the right knee in as much as you can. Create that stretch, that openness. And as you exhale, I want you to bring your right knee across your body to the left side. You'll have to bump your hips over so they are on their side. And just bring the knee across. Bring your arm into a cactus position on the right and bring your gaze over to the right if it feels good. The point of this asana is to keep your shoulders connected to the earth. So if you feel like you've brought your knee across and you're trying to get the knee to touch the floor and your shoulders are lifting, don't worry about the knee. The most important thing is both of your shoulders are connected. That way you're actually getting the rotation and twist through the spine. You could always place a block underneath the knee that's across the body if you don't like having it hanging in midair. Otherwise, just place the foot on your other leg and that will add some support. Hold it here, take a breath in. Lengthen, twist. I always love this asana. I always feel my back pop. It releases the spine, it's so good. And bring it back to the center. Reset, bring both of the knees into the chest to reset the spine. Take a little wiggle side to side. Opposite side, right leg goes down, foot is flexed. Bring the left knee in. Bring it in as much as you can. Find that space. Open up through the hip. Take a deep breath in. And bring the left knee across as far as it can go, keeping the shoulders intact with the floor. And take your gaze over to the right. Cactus the left arm, take your gaze over to the left, sorry. And gently bring the knees back into the center. Pull them both in. Take a little massage over the spine. Rock side to side, forwards and back. Make circles if that feels good to you. When you're ready, place both of the feet on the floor. Lengthen the legs. Bring them to the corners, the edges of the mat, and let the feet just fall to the side. Bring the palms in a low V. Let them face the ceiling. Relax the whole body. Take a breath in and feel your whole being melt into the floor. Now you take this time for Shavasana. Shavasana is here for you as long as you need. Please take your time if you can stay longer, please do. Allow your practice to absorb into the body. If you're ready to invite movement back into the body, just wiggle your fingers, wiggle your toes. Let the knees press the feet flat. Bring your right arm towards the right side of your head, roll over onto your side, use your bicep as a pillow. Place your left palm down, reach along with the left foot, and gently push yourself up into a seated position. From here, close the eyes. Bring the hands into prayer just in front of the chest. Take a deep breath in. Bring your thumbs to your third eye, your brow, to the middle of the forehead. Namaste.